Once upon a time, in a bustling town nestled among misty mountains, lived a young panda named Bo. This wasn't just any town. It was a place vibrant with the energy of martial arts, where every resident, from the tiny mice to the towering rhinos, practiced kung fu. And Bo wasn't just any panda. He dreamed of becoming a kung fu master, just like the legendary heroes in the stories his grandfather told him. Every morning, Bo would wake up with the sun. His heart pounding with excitement. He'd rush to the courtyard of the Jade Palace Temple, where the great master Shifu taught his students. Bo would hide behind the ancient cherry blossom tree, his round belly jiggling as he tried to mimic the swift kicks and powerful punches of the other students. He'd practice the crane's dance, wobbling on one leg until he tumbled into a soft, fluffy pile. He'd try the tiger claw, swiping at the air with his paws, imagining himself as a fearsome warrior. But Bo was, well, a bit clumsy. His kicks were more like wobbly steps, and his punches often ended with him losing his balance and rolling down the hill like a giant, fluffy bowling ball. The other students, sleek tigers and nimble monkeys, would often giggle at his attempts. "Look at the bumbling panda," they'd whisper. "He's more of a kung fu clown than a kung fu master." Bo heard their whispers, and sometimes they stung more than a scraped knee. He'd sit under the cherry blossom tree, munching on a sad bamboo shoot, and wonder if he should just give up. Maybe he wasn't meant to be a kung fu hero. Maybe he was just a clumsy panda who was good at rolling. One afternoon, as Bo was practicing his kicks and mostly falling over, he heard a tiny squeak. He looked down and saw a little field mouse named Mimi, her leg trapped under a heavy fallen branch. Mimi was struggling, her tiny face scrunched up in pain. The other, more skilled kung fu students were too busy with their impressive high kicks and spinning attacks to even notice the small creature's plight. Without a second thought, Bo rushed over. He didn't think about a fancy stance or a powerful technique. He just saw someone in need. He wrapped his big, strong panda arms around the heavy branch. He grunted, he groaned, and he pushed with all his might. His face turned red, and his legs trembled, but he didn't give up. Slowly, inch by inch, the heavy branch began to move. With one final, mighty heave, Bo lifted the branch just high enough for Mimi to scurry free. "Oh, thank you, she squeaked, rubbing her sore leg. "You saved me." Bo just smiled, his chest puffing out not with pride, but with a warm, happy feeling he'd never felt from landing a perfect kick. Just then, Master Shifu, who had been watching from the temple steps, walked over. He hadn't been watching the flashy kicks of the tigers or the agile flips of the monkeys. He had been watching Bo. The other students stopped their training and gathered around, curious to see what the master would say to the clumsy panda. "Bo," Master Shifu said, his voice calm and wise, "today, you have shown the true spirit of kung fu." The other students looked confused. Bo hadn't done any cool moves. He had just lifted a log. Master Shifu continued, "Kung fu is not just about powerful kicks or swift punches. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest. The most important part of kung fu is the heart. It is about using your strengths, whatever it may be, to help others. Today, your strength was not in a perfect stance, but in your kind heart. You, Bo, have performed the greatest kung fu move of all, an act of kindness." From that day on, something changed. Bo continued to practice his kung fu. He was still a bit clumsy, and he still tumbled over sometimes, but he didn't mind. The other students didn't laugh anymore. They saw Bo not as a bumbling panda, but as a hero with a big heart. They started to understand that strengths came in many forms. Sometimes they'd even ask Bo to help them lift heavy training equipment, using his panda power, as they called it. Bo learned that his unique panda strength, combined with his kindness, was his own special kind of kung fu. He may never be the most graceful fighter, but he was the kindest. And in the bustling town of kung fu masters, everyone agreed that made him one of the greatest heroes of all. Moral of the story: true strength isn't measured by how high you can kick or how fast you can punch, but by the kindness in your heart and your willingness to help others. Thank you so much for watching this story today. We hope it brought a smile to your face. If you enjoyed our little tale about Bo the Panda, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure. We have so many more stories to share with you. See you next time.